Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Muramasa. So yeah, let's just jump into the story because it's getting pretty much interesting. Last time we got Minato, how they called him the Darkling, and apparently he was just a police officer, and not just police officer. So let's just see and go. How it go? Yeah. Sorry. Let's go. A set of multiplicated eyes watches the two from a distance. Yeah, we are going back to home basically. The eyes belong to a spider. Okay. It hangs upside down from the roof of a house. Its emotionless gaze fixed on the children's backs. It's indeed a spider, but not spider of this world. Okay. So some fantastic stuff maybe do exist, like dwarves and things like that. These are like other world stuffs. It measures at least 2 meters in length, what the fuck? With 8 segmented legs that could hold a fully grown man in their grasp. Its abdomen alone is larger than a barrel of wine. Its enormity is the stuff of nightmares, and its hue renders it only more monstrous. A spider is crimson, the color of fresh blood. Though shrouded in darkness, it resembles more the tint of rotting flesh. The skin gives off a cold, dull shine, like that of steel. No, it is a steel. A giant spider, forged from crimson steel. A fiend, plucked from the pages of a children's picture book. Okay, this is weird. Why is there like 2-meter huge mechanical spider walking, looking at children going back to home? What the fuck is wrong? As the two students fade into the darkness, the spider's compound eyes blink once. Then it steers from its perch. Does it intend to follow the two? Or has it some other unfathomable purpose? Sorry, I can't read that. One can hardly imagine such a creature setting an appetite on flies. Whenever it intends, the spider is corrupted before it can carry them out. Interrupted, sorry. There is no sound, only a presence. The sentence of something shooting across the rooftops. The spider freezes, and some of its many eyes swirl in their sockets. Something has appeared across the way, standing tall on the roof of the whole house. What is going on? It's shaped like a man, but this the one thing it cannot be. For it to has to shine of steel. It's a suit of armor. Its hue dark, burnished yellow. Okay. This is getting interesting. What is going on? Why we have Musha on like rooftops and mechanical spider looking at each other? But a mere suit of armor cannot appear like a gust of wind. The soaring leap and flawless landing it just performed and are proof that this is something other. A Tsurugi. Yep, a Musha. The brass-colored Musha lightens eyes, glance at the departing children, then shift their focus to the metal spider. There's no hint of warmth in their gaze. The same can be said of the spider, as it returns the Musha stare. Though in the spider case, this is doubtful whenever it could show warmth if it tried. The two hold each other, gaze for a few seconds more, and then the Musha bursts from the roof with the speed of a sudden gale. The blade in its hand lashes out, a bolt of lightning from which nothing can escape. But the spider's speed is no less. Its crimson bulk darts into the air, laying only a sharp gust of wind. to fall prey to its enemy sword. Undamaged, it lies atop a tree. The sight is comical, a giant spider sitting on tree leaves as though they were a comfortable pillow. This is weird. Comical, yes, and all the more terrifying for it. Not one branch is cracked under the metal creature weight. How is this possible? But the Musha too is unbound by nature laws. Undaunted by its failure, it lands effortlessly upon the side of the building, seemingly in defiance of gravity, when without a moment's hesitation leaps to the attack once more. The spider flees. This time, however, that is not all that it does. It attacked. Oh! Glittering silver threads fan across the sky, woven of steel and loosened from the spider jaws. So the spider can even like create like steel webs? What the hell? In the blink of an eye, the thread from a net that bolts out the moon. So is this the spider? The actual culprit? That's why they never like contacting families and stuff? Because this is just a spider? But this is not just a spider, this is something else, like... Why it exists? Why metal... Why? Why metal spider? The Musha plunges straight into the midst, unable to react fast enough to avoid them. The steel threads winds around its body, binding the Musha tight. The scene is like something from fairy tale, a cocoon suspended between two houses. What will emerge? A man might wonder, and tremble at the thought. The answer is nothing. Nothing will emerge. This is not a crystal spoon to create life, but a cage erected to contain it. The steel threads are a mighty prison. What span of time will pass before the condemned sins are forgiven, and he is released to roam the world once more? A decade perhaps? A century? A millennium? Less than a heartbeat, it would seem. Mushas are no joke. This guy just caught the steel cocoon, basically. Being inside of it. A flash, and the Musha blade emerges from within the cocoon. 2 strokes, and the steel threads are reduced to confetti. Thus, the inescapable prison is shattered mere moments after it was built. The law represented here is as simple as is unavoidable. Bars cannot hold those whose strength surpass them. Despite the strength is no match for the Musha. Even its mighty threads are but fireflies before the enemy's swords. Okay, this is only to be expected. It is Musha who rule the battlefield. Musha before whom all others must grovel. What can defeat Musha? Only a stronger Musha. The spider doubtless know this law well. When the freed Musha scans the area, it sees no sign of its quarry. The spider must have used that brief instant of captivity to escape into the darkness. Nothing remains to mark its trail. The Musha turns its head, but the 2 students are also gone from sight. What thought passed through the Musha's mind? Perhaps it thinks nothing at all. But for a moment, at least, the Musha appears pensive. And then it too vanished into the night. Okay, that was weird and interesting interaction at the same time.
はい。その池谷和夫君が行方不明になった時のことについてお尋ねしたいのですが。
はあ、そう言われてもの。ありゃいつのことだったかの。
約半年前、交流41年4月19日土曜日です。
ああ、そう言われてもの。
Yeah, you're kinda asking for something that happened like half of a year ago. Most people would not remember that. Unless it really made an impact on them.
安田のじいちゃん、春のやぶさめの前日だよ。
Okay.
おー、そうかそうか。やぶさめの前の日なんだの。カズボウがいなくなっちまったのは。
Okay, so he was like a member of or an owner of the archery. Probably. And now he remembers. So, good job, Yuhi.
なんだ。あんたも最初からそう言えよ。
失礼いたしました。
We have no trouble finding Officer Minato the next day. All we had to do was follow the unique aura of misfortune emanating from his every pore. It only took us an hour. Oh my god, really? Can you do that? It's something else, alright? I don't mean our tracking skills.
自分に近づくのは危険だと簡潔にご説明したはずです。説明に不備、あるいは誤解を招く箇所があったとは思えないのですが。
Yeah, that's true.
たまたまです。
I was just passing by, really. This is the first time when we see like all three of them at the same time.
散歩中です。
自分探しの旅の途中です。
Okay, of course of course Izumi has the best one.
いや、そういえばこんなところで偶然ですね、港さん。
Izumi? Izagi? Izumi, I think. Maybe. Officer Minato holds a hand to his forehead for a few seconds, then resumes walking. We followed at a short distance. We all happen to be headed at the same direction. Purely coincidence, of course. Yeah, that works. The officer moves from place to place, asking about people who disappeared from the neighborhood. It looks like he's really doing what he said he would.
ごめんください。
なんじゃやったわ。
駄菓子屋さん、大丈夫だから、ちょっと話を聞いてあげて。
おお、こなっちゃんじゃないか。なんだ、あの子の知り合いかいあんた。
Yeah, see, our presence is making your job easier.
ええ。卒じながら。
かなり致命的に怪しい男。貴様、さ
What the hell?
の鬼柔道、材木座の大蔵に放たれた刺客か。
Master of Demon Judo. What are these
違います
people?
大村先生。その人はただの怪しい人です。
なんじゃ、ただの怪しい男か。それで、わしに何か用かの。
Okay.
はい。少々お伺いしたいことが。もし、そこの方。
And now it's Yuhi time.
怖い人に声かけられた。
ああ、怖くない怖くないぞ。ほれ、芋飴あげるから、ちょっとこの人のお話聞いて。
ありがとう、夕日兄ちゃん。それで何、おじさん。
Yeah. Yeah, Minato, you are basically having all the information you need thanks to us. After the umpteenth house, Officer Minato stops in the middle of the street. So do we. He stands motionless for a few moments, perhaps considering his options. Then turns around and walks up to me.
お話があります。
実は俺もあります。
では、お先にどうぞ。
ありがとうございます。
I bow pose to Mihail and then say,
港さん、警官に向いてないっすね。
Oh my god. With that dramatic sound. Whoa, he looks really depressed. I guess he didn't need me to tell him that.
そのご
This is
指
great.
摘に返す言葉を持ちません。自分の被災を痛感するばかりです。
Pretty much.
いやー、才能の問題ではないような。
It's more like feeling and vibe that you're giving around. I couldn't agree more. We expected he might hit a few roadblocks in his investigation, seeing as he's not from around here, but it looks like there's an even bigger
こう
problem.
言うとうぬぼれてるみたいで嫌だけど、私たちがいなかったらほとんどの人に話聞けてないよ
Pretty much.
いえ、全くもってその通りでしょう。それを踏まえてお伺いします。
はい。
Officer Minato faces us squares on, as though we were in formal interview, rather than in the middle of busy
新
street.
田優飛さん、来栖の小夏さん、稲木忠康さん。
Okay, we have names. Maybe I will remember them finally. Nitta Yuhi, Kurusuno Konatsu, Inagi Tadayasu. So I got it right. It's Inagi, right? I told Inagi before? I think I told Inagi. So Konatsu, Inagi, Yuhi. Okay, I got them right. He remembers our names perfectly, even though he only heard them once, and right before being conked on the head.
あなた方は風間律さんの捜索を中止するつもりはないのですね。
Pretty
あ
much.
りません。
My answer is immediate. There's no backing down at this point. But I can hardly expect to persuade him like that. I rack my brain from the right
港
words.
さんが正しいのはわかります。でもそれでも俺は律を探すことが間違ってるとは思えなくて、それは俺たち、すいません、うまく言葉になんないです。でも俺は律を探すために何かしたいし、そうするべきだとも思うんです。
Damn, why I can't come up with anything better to say.
僕も同意見です。今のが意見としての体裁を整えていたかどうかは議論の対象になるでしょうが、それはともかく。
That's true.
生徒教養の存在を根本から疑いたくなる説明でしたけど、ヒーリングとかそういうところでは同意できます。
Oh my
お
god.
前ら
I hate you guys. And I love you guys, personally. And I love you guys as well. Officer Minato listens dutifully when moves it over for a moment before nodding to himself.
不屈を操るは安く、詩人をとどめるは堅し。まったく。
あ
了解しました。自分と同道されるのであれば、今後は近接を求めます。最善までの距離では、保安の点でも協力の点でも適切と言えません。
His speech patterns are a little hard for me to phrase. But I think what he's basically saying is... Okay.
はしゃがないはしゃがない、恥ずかしいから。
まあいいじゃないか、小夏。
Believe me, I'm plenty embarrassed, but I just can't help it. I'm ecstatic that I get to have this bumbling but trustworthy detective look for Ritsu. I know nothing has changed, but at the same time, I feel like we are already one giant step closer to finding her. Tadayasu and Konatsu probably feel the same way. Their tone is teasing, but their smiles are genuine. Seeing this, I raise one more celebratory shout. They exchange an exasperated glance, then join me. Officer Minato, however, doesn't crack a smile. The first thing we do is head to the Bamboo Grove. It's the kind of place and locals know. There's nothing really special about it, so Officer Minato would have had hard time finding it without us. Yeah, that's true. It's probably only recognized because of this guy that doesn't like anyone to have in like this place. The instant we set foot inside the grove, old Tanaka comes racing out to drive us off. I swear, he must have rudder or something in that shack of his. But even the Lightning Emperor knows when to fall back. Once Officer Minato flashes his sunburst, he reluctantly allows us into his property.
伯爵とした方です。感服しました。
あれでも最近は多少おとなしくなってるんですよ。でも雷鳴の威力は相変わらずだな。
Okay.
まだ耳がビリビリする。
So glad you have Minato on your side then.
私 私あれ久しぶりだったから腰まで響いたよ。
素晴らしい肺活量でした。あのご老人はきっと長寿を保たれることでしょう。
周りの人間の寿命がその分削られると思うとどうも祝福できないんですけどね。
Oh my god.
いささか郷愁を
Might be.
自分の母も感情が激するとあのような怒声を発する人でした。
Okay.
酒が切れたと言っては騒ぎ、お腹が空いたと言っては泣き。
Well, I guess she wasn't the best mom then. It sounds like she was kinda a heavy drinker, and seems like Minato basically had to work and give her liquor or something. Yeah, sounds like that. Doesn't sound like she was acting like a mother actually. Sounds more like, I don't know. Yeah, like a drunkard or something.
それを耳にするたび、自分は安らかな心地になり、
だいぶ個性的な旦那を。
いつぞ
Yeah.
自分が瀕死の重傷を負った折、その恋に命を救われたことがあるのです。
What?
あれはそう、
Because she woke you up,
家に侵入
maybe?
した武装盗賊と遭遇し、
なるほど。その時お母さんが土星一発で泥棒を追い散らして。
それはすごいな。
はい。
Oh.
あの時自分はいつの間にか鼓膜が破れて三半規管を損傷し、割れたガラスが背中に刺さり、出血多量で失神していたようですが、
Is that even
その程度
possible?
で済んだのも母のおかげでしょう。
Is it possible to scream that loud? Like in real life? Let me know in the comments. Do you have any info about that? Is this actually possible? Like in real life? I wonder if human can generate that kind of sound. Actually,
いい話ですね。
if human can do that like in real life, then holy shit. That's like nice trivia.
ありがとうございます。
それってつまり瀕死の重傷を負わせたのはお母さんなのでは。
Pretty much. The wind carries the burbling of the nearby river to our ears. We walk on, scanning the area through the thick bamboo stalks. Old Tanaka must be too busy fighting off intruders to tend to the grove. It's almost impossible to see past their leafy fronts. Looks like this is going to get some legwork. But just as resigned myself, Tadayasu lifts his arms and points.
あれ？
どうした？
奥の方、なんか荒れてない？
確か
Oh, some secret path? Officer Minato follows Tadayasu's finger and nods to his agreement. With my merely advantage eyesight, it's difficult to make out what has captured their attention. Interesting. As we get closer, however, I see what Tadayasu means. A whole clump of bamboo stalks were being cut down, forming a clearing about the size and shape of a sumo ring, and severed stalks lie scattered outside the circle.
こないだじいさんが言ってたのはこれか。
ああ、竹林が荒らされたってやつ？
Okay.
そういえばそんなこと聞いたね。
He's crazy to think that we had anything to do with this. Even my entering eye can tell that these cuts were way too smooth to have been made with regular tools.
ナタかな。
斧かもね。どっかの不良が憂さ晴らしでもしたかな。
いるの？その暇人。
I bet there are people who could be that bored.
いるよ。暇をなめてはいけないね、小夏。貧困と憤懣と同じように暇と退屈も犯罪の温床たる資格は十分なんだって昔の人が。
That's true. Some people are so retarded that they would do anything.
違う。
It's probably Katana, and he realized that. Officer Minato has been crushed by a Kudstock, examining it this whole time. Now he speaks, though his eyes are still fixed on the damage.
歯の入り方が鋭すぎる。切り口が平坦すぎる。 獲物は間違いなく
Yep.
地面に切り込みの跡か。つまり打ち手は力任せに切っている。
Damn.
それがどうしてこんな鮮やかな切り口を作る。
Huh.
刀の利だけでは足りない。打ち手は凡俗にして非凡。
So, someone who is not a Musha basically is in possession of Tsurugi. That's what I get out of this. Interesting. How did he get the Tsurugi then?
武者だ。
Why you tell that this is Musha? It's not Musha. You just said that he's amateur. And Musha are just samurais who's like skilled and have Tsurugi. Do I mess something up? Let me know in the comment if you can clarify this to me. Because I don't know why he called this guy a Musha. He clearly said this is an amateur. So I don't know. Maybe Musha refers only just to like just a guy inside the Tsurugi and not necessarily the samurai or some kind of warrior who's like skilled in the battle. Because I assumed and I thought, because that's how I remember that story from before episodes, that Musha is samurai with Tsurugi basically. That's my basic understanding of this. Apparently I'm wrong, but maybe not. Let me know in the comment. Because this sounds weird. His tone is absolutely certain.
おっちゃんが言ってた通り、あの夜ここに
ってことになるのかな。
And Musha was here the night Ritsuya disappeared. So this is where Ritsu was attacked? I spin around and scan the area. There's gotta be something. Some sign of her.
足跡とか。
ダメだね。一昨日の明け方に降った雨で今朝
他にもなんかあるでしょ、持ち物とか。
見当たらないけど。
六原の武者ならば技量未熟というのは解せない。ざれていたか。
Officer Minato has moved. He's talking to himself now. Paying has no mind. Looks like he never expected there to be any physical evidence lying
だ
around.
がそれにしてもどこから現れた。寄港すれば襲撃も離脱も一瞬で済む。この近隣で爆音、轟音の確認情報を。
It takes a second to realize he was speaking to
す
us.
ごい音ですか。いや、そういう話は。
聞かなかったですね。もしそんなことがあったら田中のじいさんが大騒ぎしてると思うんですけど。
他人が立てる騒音にはやかましいもんね、あの来邸。
They say people around here are reluctant to have babies for fear of arousing. For arousing his ire. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard of parents going to live with their relatives until their newborn calms down. Oh my god, really? This is kinda harsh. Environment. Officer Minato doesn't respond, but it looks like he was listening.
たりをふかしていない。やはり飛んではいないか。
Gattari. The word is unfamiliar, but Tadayasu stops with the gesture before I can ask what it means. I guess I shouldn't interrupt Officer Minato's train of thought.
では当該武者は一出現時最初から走行してやってくるはずはなし。音量に優れる剣を単独で先行させ、己は別個に侵入、内部で合流して走行、犯行に及び、そこからどうする。剣は来た時と同様に単独で離脱させればよい。だが現場に遺体はおろか、結婚
That's
すらない
true.
ところから見るに被害者が拉致されたことは確
So
実。
she was not injured.
被害者を連れて武者はいかにこの場を離脱する。
Good question. What if the old man here is actually a culprit? After 2, maybe 3 minutes of silence, Officer Minato suddenly stands and turns to us.
まだ情報が不足している模様です。近隣で情報収集を行いたく思います。特に武者を目撃したという人物、その方に会って詳しい話を伺いたい。
That's true. Maybe he know like in what direction the shadow went.
はい。それじゃあ飲み屋通りに行かないと。
案内をお願いします。
As requested, Konatsu takes the lead. Tadayasu, Officer Minato, and I follow behind. To be honest, I don't really understand what just happened here.
いやー、あの港さん、思ってたよりもすごいのかもしれないね。
When he don't have to deal with other people, then yeah, I guess.
そうなのか。
武者と剣に関する知識が深いよ。僕に理解できたのは、武者が空から飛んでやってきたのなら、その爆音で周囲の住民に気づかれないはずがないってあたりまでだけど。
あ、そうか。
You couldn't follow it all. Okay. Now I remember. Gatari are the back-mounted engines Musha used to fly. They always produce a lot of smoke and noise. And also, basic Musha don't have these wings that we saw in the prologue. So these were Gatari. Okay.
じゃあ、武者はどうやって？
その点についてもある程度の推測は立ったけど、まだ疑問が残るってことみたい。
聞いてみちゃまずいかな、その辺。
やめとこ。今も考え中みたいだし邪魔になるよ。ただ言えるのは、この人はどうやら本当に真相を暴く力がありそうだってこと。
Yep, wait for solution. Just be patient. Tadayasu's good at just about everything, so he can be pretty strict judge of people. His approval carries a lot of weight. Looks like we were right to follow the officer after he tried to shake us. If he would gone off and done our own investigation, we would probably just be even more frustrated than before. If Musha took Ritsu, that means we're going to have to force Rokuhara sooner or later. Face Rokuhara. And yet, I get the feeling that with this guy on our side, rescuing her might not be impossible after all. Okay, but how would he help you?
いや、今日は
They
まだ見て
basically
ないね。
own the country.
もうすぐ来ると思うけど。
そうですか。どうも。
I leave the bar and head back to where Konatsu and Tadayasu are waiting. Officer Minato isn't with them.
まだ来てないってさ。
ちょっと早かったかな。
あのおっちゃんにも仕事があるんでしょ？
しょっちゅうこの辺にいるから、てっきりお酒を飲み歩くのが仕事なのかなと思ってたんだけど。
生産性もサービス性もなさすぎるから、職業としては成立しないんじゃないか？
少しその辺で聞き込みしてくるって。
そっか。
Okay.
まあこの辺りの人なら柄の悪い人間にも慣れてるだろうし、大丈夫かな。
He used to shady characters. What is this, like black alley of the
あ
city?
の人は柄が悪いというのとは違うと思うけどね。なんていうか、星が悪い？
柄が悪いよりもひどい表現だけど、当たってるといえば当たってるかな。
We keep chatting for a while, killing time while we wait for Officer Minato to come back. Normally, this isn't the kind of place a couple of students should hang out. It's still early, but the street is full of bars and pubs. Of course, unlike the red light districts across the river, these establishments are frequented mostly by factory and construction workers on their way home from the job. They don't have much money, so the bars are small and don't attract a lot of riffraff. Many passers-by recognize us and exchange friendly greetings, but not one scolds us for being there. They know that this is a place where we could get into a real trouble. The worst thing that happens here is you get a couple of drunks fighting in the street. Otherwise, it's totally peaceful. Okay, usually.
なんか今日は雰囲気悪くね？
Why?
そうだね。 どことなくお店の人たちの顔色が冴えないし、時間を考慮しても客足が少ない気もする。
Interesting. What's the reason for that?
準備中のままになってるお店もあるし、なんか変だね。もしかしてこれ。
Konatsu turns pale and covers her mouth in disbelief.
港さんオーラの影響？
Oh my god, don't tell me this is this. This is that. Is it?
そこまでか、あの人の力は。
いやー、結構笑えないね、それ。
I use my face to make Tadayasu practice what he preaching. Then scan the area for distinctive black jacket. Sure, he got the aura of doom thing going, but even he can't ruin a peaceful day just by being in the vicinity, I think. Instead, I find something else.
ああ、なんだ。あれ？いるだけで街の平穏を破壊できる代物。
Okay.
ああ。
Tadayasu follows my gaze. Yep, no explanation necessary. What is that? Oh my god, who the hell is that? Is it like Yakuza? Seems like it. A man is sauntering down the street toward us, dressed in a white suit, bright enough to blind. Behind him are two men in absolutely garish shirts, their stride just as shameless as their leaders. And last, following it at distance, is a rather silky-looking man, a small stature. In all that wide world, only one sort of group can sport such mismatched attire, yet still seems so coordinated. This schizophrenic unity is the sort of miracle that makes you want to believe in God. They are Yakuza, members, perhaps, of a species slightly separate from our own. If humans throw on a bunch of random clothes and gather together, the result will be a crowd of people who look like they have nothing to do with each other. If a bunch of apes, however, marched up the street dressed like haphazard attire, they would all seem a cohesive group. A strange group, but a group, and nonetheless. The same can be said of those Yakuza fellows. Perhaps Yakuza is not a job description, so much as taxonomic category. Okay, might be. I mean, just think about this. They make a living of others people's misery. They provide no service to society. Indeed, they only work to harm it. How can that be considered a profession? I would be more inclined to pay a guy to walk around drinking beer. Being a nuisance, therefore, is a part of the natural behavior, and by no means a professional of any sort. If you look at it this way, it all makes sense. It is no more unusual for these creatures to show off pedestrians, smell like stale tobacco, and kick cans around for a not good reason. And that is for staying back, to fart. That's how you have to look at it. Whenever you do, you must learn that hunting upset you. As a superior species, it is our duty to observe them with open minds, in the hope that we might one day learn something of use of humanity. This is the proper way to intelligent life forms to behave, okay? So much analogies to being intelligent and Yakuza being just bugs.
Come.
The end. Okay. Great explanation. Agree.
何が完結したのかはよくわからないけど、どうするのさ。こっちの方に来るみたいだよ。
Yeah, just go away. Just don't pay attention to them. I have a feeling like they might try to hit on Kontatsu here.
どうもこうもないでしょう。道を避けて脇に寄ってそっぽを向きつつ腹の中でワッキンとか言ったりして通り過ぎるのを待つの。
Okay.
そうだね。
Sounds like the best course of action to me. The Yakuza head into the nearest store, then emerge a few minutes later, with the owner bowing and scrapping behind them. They repeat this process at the next store and the next. They couldn't be more obvious.
今日は集金の日だったのか。
Oh, so they're like collecting basically taxes for protection, I would say. They probably like, we'll protect your shop and stuff, but you just give us taxes every like week or something. Something like that, that kind of deal. And of course they would protect them from themselves,
っ
probably.
てことはあれ乃木山組だな。
飲み山よ、飲み山。
Nomiyama. Rokuhara are called jackals for their greed. Makes sense. Then, these, the parasites who live off those jackal scraps, would be called Nomi, fleas. Okay, makes sense. The Nogiyama crew is one of the many gangs that have struck deals with Rokuhara. They used to be a small group, but they've grown exponentially since entering the shogunate service. Okay, so they are basically, we can assume like they're basically Rokuhara, like a spies and stuff. They bought. Now they're de facto lords of the slice of Kamakura. Backed by Rokuhara authority, they extort money under the guise of taxation. Yep. Then give half of their masters and keep half for themselves. Fleas indeed.
あー、かゆいかゆい。
僕が書いてあげようか、コナツーン。はあは
What the hell?
澄ました顔で息だけ荒げるのはなんかすごく不気味で怖いからやめなさい。っていうかね、それなら元をどうにかしてよ、元を。
Okay.
おい
I try to warn her, but it's too late. The man in white suit glances her away. His attention drawn by Konatsu pointing finger. Oh my god, I knew it. She's going to be a target. I have kinda bad feeling they will have to fight them, or it might be pretty bad for Konatsu here. It ends there. It ends there. Or it should, but fate has it out for us today, it seems. There are these strange moments, a product of coincidence, or some sort of chain reaction, where a crowd buzz the streets suddenly goes silent. In such cases, the vacuum usually lasts for only an instant, before people notice its existence and move to fill in. Now such a silence falls, and with the worst possible
あの
timing.
のみさんチームを。
The vacuum is not filled. It persists in defiance of nature.
まずい
I assess the situation. Konsatsu is frozen stiff. The Yakuza are staring straight at her. The locals are as silent as pallbearers.
やべえなこれ
I tell myself, as though my brain hadn't reached that conclusion without me. Danger, yes, danger, my brain understands. What I can't seem to grasp is how to proceed from there. Words like run or hide flash through my mind, but I'm unable to comprehend their meaning. I know what to do. Someone is tugging at my sleeve. There's nothing I can do. Someone is pounding on my shoulder. Tadayasu is urging me and Konatsu to run. By the time I finally realize it, however, the four men are right in front of us.
姉ちゃん
Shit. Oh my god, this is going to be terrible, isn't it? A man in a white suit addressed Konatsu, his gentle tone at odds with his hard features.
なんぞ言いましたかね今
The immense gap between the man's appearance and his tone can only be described as queer. Regardless, no amount of sugar can hide the bitterness in this coffee. For a second though, I'm hopeful that he's not as pissed as I expected. Maybe he's realized that there's no profit in beating up kids. Which means that the best thing to do is to apologize fast and get it over with. I glanced sidelong at Konatsu. She is probably thinking the same thing. I see her mouth moving, trying to form words.
ああ
Damn. The man puts a hand to his ear and leans forward as though trying to listen. His buddies chuckle. Konatsu doesn't crack a smile, of course. I know better than anyone that she doesn't have the nerve.
あー、すいません、お兄さん。
Tadayasu suddenly steps between Kontatsu and the man. Oh my god, Tadayasu. Inagi Tadayasu. You're like MVP of this group, to be honest. You're like saving everyone days like in every episode. You're a funny guy, and you're like the most intelligent, and yeah, I really like him. He probably means to lend her a hand, since all she's doing is gapped like a fish. I wish I could be as smooth as
違
him.
うんですよ。彼女は別に。
Yeah. Figure that out. Hey Tadase, why would you stop there? You were supposed to say something like, she was just prizing General Nogi. Who knows? It might have worked. Come on, man. If anyone can talk these guys down, it's you. Where the hell did you go, anyway? Oh. There you are. Lying on the ground. A couple meters from where you should be. Get it together, man. Did you trip or something? Or are you trying to match this guy comedy act with your own? Right. Seems like a solid idea. And all smiles from here on out.
誰がお前に聞いたかボケ。俺はこの姉ちゃんと話しとんじゃ。すっ込んどるガキが。
Yeah, this is going to be bad. My blood turns to ice. Tadayasu is splayed out on the road. It was punch that put him there. The man must have thrown it in the second. In the second he stepped in. He didn't even get to finish his sentence. It took me a few seconds, but I finally processed the situation. These guys have no intention of going easy on us. They're that serious. The other Yakuza don't seem to slightest bit surprised. The only reaction is shrug from the short guy with the cane. This sort of thing must have happened all the time. Tadayasu sits up. His expression is calm. What a tough guy. But he doesn't make any more moves. And if he does, we'll probably just get him hit again. I'm glad he realized that. Konatsu is as pale as a sheet. She may be headstrong, but that's not the same as having the courage to face unflattered violence. When it comes to this sort of thing, she's actually very timid. I'm surprised she's still conscious, to be honest, though I guess she might have fainted with her eyes open. No point looking to the locals for help. No one wants to make enemy of the Nogiyama crew, not with the Rokuhara backing them. So what about me? Is this the time for Yuhi to change? Remember, like he thought to himself that he's a coward before. I wonder if this is the time when he changed. I feel like lightheadedness, characteristics of extreme distress. Still, my body obeys my commands. But so what if it does? What can I do? Pummel the 4 Yakuza into submission? Throw Kontatsu over my shoulder or run? There's no chance at all. The Nogiyama men rule this field. They possess all the power. I can defeat them. I can defy them. No one can. God damn it. That sucks as hell. I decide to bow and apologize. That's our only hope. The only viable course of action.
ごめんなさい。ほんとどうこう言ってたわけじゃないんです。ただちょっと言い間違えたっていうか、
You don't say that. You don't say that.
なあ姉ちゃん。
The man doesn't even spare me a glance. He tells Konatsu in the same sickening sweet tone as before.
ダメだよな。おじさんたちのことを悪く言ったりしちゃ。幕府のためってことはみんなのためってことなんだよ。そうだよね。
Judging how this world works and like the slave traffics and the language that they're using, while reading the sentences, the story and stuff. Let me guess. He's going to ask her to apologize with her body or something like that, right? I feel like that will be the case. That's bad.
Hmm, そうだ。だからおじさんたちの悪口を言うのは良くないことだ。謝らないといけないね。
ごめんなさい。
じゃあそうだね。どうしようか。
Yeah, I guess that will be it. The man doesn't seem to hear Konatsu's desperate apology, even though he was the one who demanded it. He stroked his chin
と
theatrically.
りあえず姉ちゃんさ、
Let's see what he's going to say.
服脱ごうか。
See, I said that. God damn it. And the worst part is that in this situation, if you would live there, you would have no other choice but to obey. Probably I guess that Minato will come and step in. But if there would be no one to help, then she would have no other chance just to obey. Basically. Because if she don't, then they will probably just push her down and do it themselves. This is like freaking terrifying situation here. We need Minato here. What? One of their men whistles poorly. The guy with the cane just smirks and shakes his head. They're enjoying this.
服全部服脱いでさ、裸になってそこに土下座するの。それでいいや。ああ、それで今日は許してあげよう。
Okay, I don't know what he means by koto. Is it like this Japanese very low bow? Let me check this. Oh. Yeah, is that. Okay.
若い子相手にきっついお仕置きはしたくないからね。
Yeah. That's what I thought. If you don't do that, then let's just face it, I guess they would just rape her. What the fuck? I can kinda understand R18 right now on this game. Hold on, how does that not qualify as harsh? Yeah, I can imagine the harsh punishment, how it looked like.
できるよね。姉ちゃんが悪いんだからね。悪いことしたらちゃんと謝らないとね。じゃ、脱ごうか。
How is no towing naked a proper apology? What fucked up country are these guys from? Konatsu's about to cry. I can feel it coming. It's going to be big. The kind of waterworks I haven't seen since we were little. She's going to start bawling like a baby, all because these pricks won't leave her alone. Nogema men, servants of Rokuhara. Any of the four could beat me to a pulp, with one hand tied behind his back. No matter what I do, I can't win.
だから
So what? That's right, remember, didn't you hear something yesterday? Something incredibly important? What was it? Remember those words.
関係ない
Right, that's
勝
it.
てるかどうかは関係ない
That's what Minato said about his fight with Ginseigo. Right? That's the silver armor. Ginseigo. I think that's the name. I must fight, therefore I shall. To reach this conclusion does not require me to consider the probability of success. I grab Konatsu's hand and yank her behind me. Good job. This is the place when Yuhi changes, basically. And then I step forward to take her place.
なんじゃお前は。
Once again, the man switches personalities in the blink of an eye. He would make a pretty good actor, were he so
忠
inclined.
康、
ユウヒ
手分けだ。お前は小夏を引っ張って逃げてくれ。
Damn.
ああ。
俺はこいつらを足止めする。
Damn. He really changed, like in a blink of an eye. Holy shit. I appreciate Yuhi now. You have my respect, man. I ignore the man's roar. Fuck him. I have a job to do.
無茶だと思うけどな。
知ってる。
And he's so like focused. You can see like on his face. He's right. I'm gonna get tossed aside like last week garbage.
でも、やる。
Yep. Without another word, Tadayasu jumps up and gets behind me. He's moving way too fast for a guy who just got punched in the face.
小夏余計なことは考えなくていいからあっちにまっすぐ走って。いやほんと何も考えずに。難しかったら羊でも数えるといいかも。あれ寝るかなそれだと。
Okay.
おい、
What he's doing next to me? Oh, he's standing upright. Oh wow, they both standing and trying to let Konatsu just to run. Oh, Inagi, you're real friend. Really friend.
ユウヒ一人で足止めは無理だよ。話にもならない。
And you have quite a courage. Well, he stood up like at the first to them, so I guess seeing Yuhi doing that just sparked it again in
で
him.
も二人だったら案外どうにかなるような気がしなくもないような錯覚なような。
どっちだよ。
無茶は分かっててやるんでしょ。
Yep, pretty much. You're so right. It makes you want to puke. Can I ask why the hell are you joining me?
なめとんかお前ら。
Yeah, pretty much. We are taking on 4 gangsters. Fleas though they may be. Crazy just about sums it up. The man in the white suit and his garishly dressed bodies are purple with rage. The sickly looking guy, meanwhile, looks as amused as ever.
小夏、走れって言ったら走れよ。
So I guess the real boss is like behind? She doesn't respond, but I can spare a glance to make sure she heard
とり
me.
あえず、泣かれるのは防げたよな。
There's a small satisfaction, but I never wanted to hear that awful wailing of hers again. I wonder what happened in the past, that he don't want to hear that again. I feel like it was some kind of like traumatic backstory for her and for him. And I never want to see her cry like that again
ただ
either.
いいか。
ちっともよくはないけど事態が好転する見込みがないのなら別にいつでもいいんじゃないって意味ではいいよ。
ああ、
Okay.
そうかい。
These characters are like... I mean... They feel real, if you know what I mean. It's not like... They are written in a way that... They speak in some... setup manner, or whatever, whatever I would call that. They sounds and talks like a normal person, you know? In this situation you obviously would curse. Like there's no way. You just say like, fuck it, we are going to do this, not like, hey, let's do this, we are best friends. Yeah. I like this. Like this is more real than most of visual novel you can read right now. I take one step forward, my morale truly bolstered by Tadayasu's words. As expected, the Yakuza do not fall back. One more step will put me within striking distance. There's no way we can win. Even so, this is my time to fight. And so, I take the
お
final.
待ちください。
Hello, Minato. Thank you for coming up. Huh? A voice from our left field brings me up short. Tadayasu screeches too hard beside me. The only thing that keeps us from getting put on our asses right there is the fact that the gangsters are just as distracted. I spin around to face the speaker, who of course I already know who it is.
港さん
Officer Minato strides up through the crowd and interposes himself between us and the Yakuza. Given how close we were to the man, this puts him close enough to feel breath against his face. Tadayasu and I quickly step back to give him some space. So now we have really shady guy against Yakuza. Let's see who wins. Officer Minato doesn't seem to mind one way or another. I realize that for the first time since this whole thing started, the man with the cane has stopped smiling. Also, they are like under Rokuhara, right? So if he shows that he's a police, then it doesn't matter really for them. Because police is basically owned by Rokuhara right now. And these guys are also like under Rokuhara, so they can just talk to their superiors, I would say.
なんだあんた。
For a second, the man in a white suit seems taken aback. He's a tall, but Officer Minato still has half a head of him. Minato still has half a head on him. From behind, Officer Minato appears to blot out the sky. I've never seen a bug so dependable. The tension drains out of me like an air from a balloon. I almost collapse in
警
relief.
察です。
ああ、警察？
Yeah, he's like, whatever, we're Yakuza. You can't do shit against us. The man immediately regains his confidence. I don't blame him. They have no reason to fear the law with Rokuhara backing them.
この人は違う。
He's even willing to go up against Ginseigo. The man in the suit should be afraid. I bet he doesn't have the courage to challenge Ginseigo. When he attacked Officer Minato yesterday, he didn't do anything just because we were just stupid kids. But now there's no reason for him to hold back. Not against Rokuhara dogs.
警察がなんじゃ。俺ら六原親と犬もんだと知ったらんか。
いえ、知りませんでした。ご説明に感謝します。
Officer Minato bows polite as always. Damn, it's like he's completely unafraid.
バカにしてんか。
そういった意図はありません。
The gangster flips out, of course, but Officer Minato stays icy cool. The man might as well be shouting at her.
なら何のつもりじゃ。
あちらの3人。
The man might explode into violence at any moment, but Officer Minato looks away to point at
事
us.
情あって、彼らは現在、自分の保護下にあります。したがって、彼らが問題を起こしたのなら、自分に解決の義務があります。
Okay.
その義務を遂行している次第です。
He turns back to face the gangsters. Though they're only a few meters away, I somehow know they will never reach us. Not through him.
キム？
彼らが何か問題を起こしましたか？
問題？ああ、問題はあら。あいつらな、六原親といの俺らをバカにしくさった。その詫びを入れさせとったんじゃ。なんか文句あるか？
なるほど。了解しました。
Officer Minato nods agreeably, but shows no sign of backing
な
down.
らどかんかい。
その前に、あなた方の要求を伺いたい。
まずは土下座。その後そっからのことじゃ。
お断りします。
Okay. At least he defies them
な
outright.
んじゃ。
悪口一つに土下座は見合わない。しかもそれだけでは済まない模様。相応の謝罪による納得を求めます。陳謝の言葉と一例でいかがか。
Yup. Damn, Minato, you're like fearless.
さあ、そ そんなんで乃木山組のメンツが立つか。
I feel like every single time when Minato is on screen, everything is getting better. Like, more amazing, I say.
立ちませんか。
立たんわい。
では陳謝を400字詰め原稿用紙5枚以上の文面で提出する形では。
5 single-spaced pages. Okay.
どうもならんわ。なめさらすんの大概にせえ。乃木山組やな。六原の大門しょっとるんじゃぞ。
了解しました。そこまで言われるのならやむを得ません。
Is he going to bow? No way. He shifts his weight forward. This man in a suit flinches and steps back. Too slow, Donbass. No way, Punch Lucky, you can take him. He's strong, I know he is. He taught me the most important lesson I've ever learned. And I know there's more from where that came from. Like, violence is not always the answer. Especially if you are that confident and stuff. Minato's legend. He's great. You fleas are just the first. Time for the scope to show me what fighting evil is all about. Yup. He bows. Wait. Huh?
何やっとんじゃ。
土下座です。
Officer Minato drops to his knees and touches his forehead to the dirt. His voice is calm as ever, but... Yeah, he's definitely notoing. I've never seen anyone noto so well.
これにて勘弁していただきたい。
No, really, what's going on here? Silence regains for several seconds. This is shattered by the Nogiyama man laughter.
なんじゃそら。さんざもったいつけといて見かけ倒しかい。
The man in the suit convulsed with mirth. His friend in the bright shirts I doubled over, clutching their bellies with tears in their eyes. I even hear a few sneakers from the supposedly neutral onlookers.
土下座かい。ガキどもの代わりに土下座するってか。
はい。
頭の下げ方が足らんわ。
Damn. A man plants his sandaled foot on the officer's head. Officer Minato doesn't move a muscle. He lets the man grind his face onto the dirt. He doesn't even make a sound. Emboldened by this, the man and his two friends start throwing kicks. The man with the cane, meanwhile, watches in stone-faced silence. The gangsters rain blows on him from all sides, but Officer Minato doesn't resist. He just kneels there and takes it. What's going on here? Aren't there times you have to fight? Isn't this one of them? These fleas work for Okuhara. They're bad guys. He still don't understand everything. He got a first lesson, but it's just first lesson out of many. And this is the second lesson for Yuhi, basically. Fight them, dammit! You're the guy who's gonna stop Ginseigo, aren't you? How can you fight Ginseigo when you won't even defend yourself from some punks? That's what you don't understand, Yuki. Or was it all... Officer Minato doesn't stand. He let them kick and stomp on him, bowing all the while. Fucking lame, man.
なんて面白いやつじゃ。よし、今度はな、お前、芸をやってみろ。
芸とは
3遍回って、ワンと泣いてみ。
Holy shit. Stop it, I can't take it
犬の
more.
モノマネですか。
そうじゃ、できん。
それを謝罪として求められるのであれば実行するまでです。
Damn. Minato's MVP. Holy shit, he's amazing. It still pisses me off how they treat him.
どこまでヘタラなんじゃこいつは。よし、ほらやってみんかい。
はい。
No.
その辺で止めたらどうよ、反町。
Okay, who is that? Oh, hello? Hello? She looks cute. A voice cuts through the laughter. I turn to look, and there the sun at her back stands a girl whose sheer force of presence rivals, if not surpass, that of any other person here. At first glance, she looks like a normal girl. I'd place her a little older than us, though depending on the angle, the fineness of her features make her seem years younger. Years younger, yep. Seems like it. But there's nothing normal about her eyes. They are fierce and hawk-like, blazing with strength. Agree?
一条さん
Whoa! Ichijo! Wow! I think we'll talk about Ichijo and understand her better in the next episode. I think that was a good episode. And I think this is a good way to end. With appearance of new character Ichijo, which seems like a strong character, like really strong, characteristic person. And we'll see. I hope you liked the episode, and I will see you in the next one. So thank you for being with me, and for now Pocket Watch is going out.